Okay, guys. All right, I'm in California right now, and well, we're going to do a rethinking reality. We're going to talk about, well, this time the mind and body disconnection. So, this is a rethinking reality, and the mind and body disconnection is sort of, well, it goes deep. All rethinking realities go deep, but this is a well, maybe for some people, maybe a connection from your disconnection. So this plant right here, this is an agave plant, just to let you know here. So anyways, I'm staying at the, the Cassar castle, right? Look at this thing. Wow. What a place. I'm staying way in the corner there. So the mind and body disconnection is real. And what you have to really think about is, what does that mean? Mind and body disconnection. We do have a body, and of course, some of us do have a mind, and some of us have really good minds. But the mind and body disconnection, think of the body is, of course, a machine. And this machine, okay, is self-organizing. It runs itself, right? You cut it. It repairs itself. You don't have to do anything. You can just watch it do what it does. So, oops, there we go. So the body is self-organizing, and self-organizing means it repairs itself. It keeps its own heat regulated, right? 98.6. It grows fingernails, grows hair, little hair, right? So the body is an incredible machine, and if you treat it right, what do you think it does to you? Well, it gives you a good life. It gives you a quality of life. The mind, of course, is also a what I call a formless machine, right? You can call it spirit, and my mind, of course, does what? It dreams my hand to do this. So my mind is the formless, okay? You can call it machine, spirit, whatever you want to call it, right? No one knows what anything is just about, so all we can do is just give our perspective. That's about it, okay? So when I move my hand, right, is it my body that's moving? Yeah, it is, but my mind is dreaming this action to do. I just played the piano for about 45 minutes in the house here, and I have no idea how to play, but my hands really go ahead and do the groove. So let's get into this deeper now. Okay, the body is self-organizing, it repairs itself. We know that it's a fantastic machine. We eat food. The food gets broken down into nutrients, amino acids, you know, all different things. Our body knows how to go ahead and process poisons pretty good. It knows how to, well, stay alive, right? It breathes itself. We can breathe, but, okay, that's me breathing, but it breathes. All of us, no matter what color you are, what gender you are, what race you are, what religion you follow, doesn't matter. We're all being breathed by something. We don't know what it is. You can call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Okay, now let's switch to the mind. The mind is an incredible disease for most people. It's because it only knows what it's heard, hearsay. It's only, well, it can see with its eyes, just like my eyes are seeing this beautiful sycamore tree right here, right? And seeing the bushes right here and the birds swimming on the lake there. It sees a lot of things. And what I see and what I hear, woo, woo, woo. What's up, buddy? I see you up there. And what my eyes see is real. What my ears hear is hearsay. Just remember that. Look at that big white pelican out there on a lake. You guys aren't supposed to be here, but you're here for some reason. Maybe the food's good. Woo, woo, woo. So, the mind only really knows what it's been told, what it's seen, and what it's experienced in its time, okay? So let's get going a little faster now. So what I want to really go ahead and just let you be aware, remember, the mind can go ahead and get what's called a mind parasite, which makes you so your mind is not your mind anymore. Your body, okay, can wind up getting physical body parasites. Yes, they can. Okay, and this is the disconnection that we're talking about right now. The body, if it has creatures inside yourself that is controlling many different functions biologically within you, the way maybe you think, I'm hungry. Really, are you hungry? Or are you thirsty? Or are you really hungry because maybe the diet that you're doing right now is that your mind thinks it's so smart because it's heard something, hearsay, and it's saying what the body needs. It doesn't know what the body needs. The mind has no idea what the body means, or what it means, and or what it needs. Okay, it knows a few things just because someone's told you, but did they tell you correctly? Did they tell you could live off of grass like an herbivore? I tried, and many other people tried too, and most of us has failed. Most of us got sick and malnourished by trying to eat grass, by trying to eat leaves, okay, by trying to, well, eat a lot of things that really do not have that much nutrition bioavailability. They may have it on paper, but that's another story when your body tries to absorb it, right? Oxalates, lectins, isoflavins, estrogens, all different things that's a lot of times in these plants. Okay, and the only reason why, of course, you think those things is because someone told you that you could be an herbivore. Yes, they did. Okay, so see, that's a mind parasite. Without even being a demonic parasite, that's a hearsay parasite that your mind has, and it thinks it knows is because it's heard so, right? It's heard so. So anyways, the only way you can truly know anything in this world is to experience it for yourself. I think it's really good for you to see how long you could go ahead and go on green grass. See how long you can fast. Go ahead, give it a try. Don't be shy. I've done lots of videos on these type of concepts, rethinking realities. Okay, I think it's good for you to get sick, okay, and dig yourself out of a hole. Dig yourself out of a hole. I didn't say put yourself in a deeper hole, is because a lot of people go to the doctor and they're just going to go ahead and give you a magic remedy. Why? Because it's hearsay. Even the doctor's hearsay. The doctor has hearsay. Why? Because that's what it says in the journals, and that's what the girl told him last week that came in peddling the petrochemical, right? The so-called medicine, the prescription that only the doctor can write you is because they're dangerous chemicals. Otherwise, you could get them at the store, right? And not saying that those aren't dangerous chemicals too, but remember, most of what we know is hearsay. I don't care if it's history, I don't care if it's anything. But anyways, let's get back to this. Okay, the body, once it gets parasites, okay, once your body starts to become disconnected from the mind, once the body gets parasites, you start to disconnect the body and the mind from living in harmony. Just remember that, okay? The body and the mind must live in harmony. The two brains must live in harmony. If not, then, well, you're disconnected too, and you're not yourself, okay? Anyways, when you get parasites inside your body, this is the problem. You and I and anybody, I don't care if it's animals, sheep, goats, pigs, doesn't matter, birds, okay, fish, these demonic creatures start to poop inside us. And once they start to poop inside you, there's the sun right there. That's a good spot right there. Once the creature starts not only maybe eating a part of you, drinking your blood, and or processing some of the garbage food that you were eating, it poops inside you. It poops inside me. It causes our mind to get confused because of the poop inside the body. The parasite eats whatever it eats, and since it lives in your 18 gallons of salt water, right, you wind up getting polluted. Just like, of course, those birds pooping in the water there, but there's bacteria in there that's going to eat the poop, and those plants are going to eat the poop, and most things eat poop. You don't eat poop directly, but you eat plants that eat, okay, the poop, because that's how they get their minerals. Then the plants, of course, that ate the poop get eaten by the herbivores, and they turn into meat. And of course, if you want to get ultimate nutrition, then you're going to eat the grass-fed animals, because that's just what it is. You are biologically similar to these animals, and when you're sick, then, as I've said in many other videos, watch our videos on organ meats. You eat the heart of a healthy creature, and that organ has everything that your heart needs to rebuild itself. Same goes for your kidneys sick. Well, don't you think it would be sort of smart to think that if you eat the kidney of a healthy creature, that you could transfer some of those nutrients needed to rebuild that organ? Same as with your spleen, same as with your liver, okay? Anyways, once we get these parasites in our body, then our body, okay, which is, remember I told you, self-organizing, it's a God machine. No one knows how it runs. We watch it run, but we don't know how it runs. We just don't. You may think that the doctors know, but they don't. They don't. Especially the ones that are overweight, especially the nutritionists that say they're a specialist and they got a PhD, right? Pile higher and deeper. And they're going to tell you, like, they're 200 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight. You're going to tell me about what? Nutrition? Really? The nutrition that you know is what they taught you in that book. And what's in that book doesn't necessarily mean it's gospel. Just remember that. In any book. Okay? All the books are pretty much written for us to be able to either believe, okay, in what we read. Remember, hearsay again. You just don't know about a lot of things. Do you know about, again, here we'll switch over to the mind. You believe there's electrons, protons, and neutrons, right? Why? Because you've seen pictures of them, right? Have you seen them? Has anybody showed them to you where you can look at them too? No, you see pictures of them. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, right? 6, 6, 6. Wow. Again, this is all hearsay. But there is time to connect the dots too. You know, just looking at the 666 just real quick. How fast does the Earth, okay, that NASA says and all the experts say that the Earth is traveling around the sun? I just told you, right? I just told you the last one. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. 6, 6, 6. 66,600 miles per hour, supposedly, the Earth is flying around the sun. Okay? That's what they say. Okay, one more coinky dinky. The Earth is so-called, right, the ball, and it's tilted at what degree? What do they tell you? You remember? Can you remember? Mandela effect, right? 23.4 degrees. Off of perpendicular, 90 degrees, right? Right angle. Says it's tilted 23.4 degrees. 23.4 minus 90 is what? Again, 66.6. 666. Kawinky dinky. Okay. Now, connecting the dots is one piece of the show, okay? It's because we really were born in this realm with amnesia. Remember, we didn't know anything at all. You were born here. You didn't know how to speak. You didn't know how to do anything unless you saw it first for your eyes. You had to see someone walk in order for you to learn how to walk, okay? You had to go to school to be able to learn just how to say a lot of things. Hear words like mama, dada, right? You think that just comes out of your mouth? Dada, dada, mama. It's because that's the words that you say to your children. And you know those are the first words that they usually speak because that's the only ones they can syllabalize out, right? Once you get these parasites, again, mind parasites will let you think that you believe that it's true. How many times have you thought that something was true and you were tricked? You were tricked. Did you believe in Santa Claus? Did you? I did. Okay. Were you tricked? Of course you were. Yes, you were. And what is Santa Claus in Gematria? What do you think? I told you before. Okay. 6, 6, 6. Good stories, aren't they? Those are Canadian geese right there flying over the lake. Look at those guys. Majestic mothers, man. Going right over that boat right there. Through the noisy plane up there. So it is vitally important, okay, for you to be able to use critical thinking. Remember, 2 brains takes critical thinking. In order for you to really ask questions, that means that you need to have both sides of your brain activated. One side of the brain is the negative pole, you can call it. The other side is called the positive pole, just like your battery. And a lot of people, we know, okay, a lot of people, and I've done many videos on this before, okay, balancing the brain hemispheres, they only can use half a brain. That's it, half a brain. You can call them retards, half a brain activated idiotas, you can call them whatever you want to, but that's a lot of people, okay? There are some people that can use both hands. You call them ambidextrous, but that's also using 2 brains. Remember, left hand uses the right brain, the right hand uses the left brain, right? I kick with my right foot, uses my left brain. I shoot a gun, I either have one eye that's dominant or the other. Are you all on one side of your body? Maybe so. Most people are. There's very few people that have 2 brains activated with an activated pineal gland. Again, this is over most people's heads, but it's what it is. So there's a reason why they call us half a brain activated monkeys. Okay, who are they? I don't know. Maybe the farmers of the Dell of this place, right? Okay. The reality of the mind and body disconnection is that once the body is disconnected from the parasites in the body, once they take over by putting excrement in your body, by malnourishing you, by getting you to get fat. Why? Because you're eating all the time. Why do you think you're hungry all the time? Could it be possible? Could it be possible that that little parasite is telling you to eat that crap? That that parasite is telling you to drink that stuff, that alcohol, whatever it is. That parasite, you call it an addiction, is wanting you to take another smoke of that nicotine or suck on that bong, right? That's what it's telling you. Okay. Why is the question. Remember, it's really important for you to be able to dry out all your addictions at least once a year for a month. Do what you can. Caffeine, smoking, drinking. I don't care if it's porn. I don't care if it's just frickin' being an alpha. Be submissive for a month. I come to California here, and you know, my mind's different than most, and so I'm pretty submissive here, and I don't like to not argue with people, but actually tell them another perception, because if not, we start jousting over perspectives, which is dumb, because like I said, everybody's got a different radio station. But having these mind parasites, let's just get into this real quick here. Okay, you already know the body parasites. They come from anything from walking on the grass with bare feet. Got to learn the parasite protocols that we have at Earther Academy, and in the near future I'm going to be going over some pharmaceuticals that work real well for certain types of parasites, tapeworms, different creatures that accumulate in us, just whether we like it or not. Whether you eat meat or not, doesn't matter. Okay, you sweep the floor, you got rat urine and poop and everything else on the ground, and there's eggs everywhere, and so you can get them from a lot of different things. You don't have to just necessarily get them from food or your girlfriend or from the bathroom toilet seat, right? So once you get these mind parasites, how did you get them? Remember, when you watch things you shouldn't, and you have to think about this, if you watch a Hollywood, okay, and Hollywood and Gematria is 33, but if you watch a Hollywood film and it's a horror film, let's say, or it's a murder film, or it's whatever, you in your lifetime most likely will never see even a dead person. You will never see someone get killed. You will never see someone being hanged by a rope, drug on the ground by a horse. You will not see those things. Your mind will not see the perversion that you can see just by going on the internet. Your child can go on there and look at the most vile, pornographic things. You're not supposed to see those things in real life. And if you do, well, you may only get a glimpse of it. You're not going to be bombarded with it. How do you think you get these mind parasites? How do you think the children, okay, have lots of nightmares and or just really are disconnected? And the disconnection of the mind starts with perverting your mind, looking at things that it shouldn't see. You shouldn't see death. There is no reason for you to see death, like I said, unless you live on a farm, and that's not death, it's food. It's called the circle of life. Okay? Take care of your animals. And of course, as a lot of farmers do, the ones that they're going to keep, they, of course, they get names for them, and the ones they don't, well, they just get numbers. Okay? Life is a weird thing here, is because it evolves around death. Right? It just does. Life and death. Those are weird words. And they both have deep meanings. So the parasites that are in the head, remember, you can't have physical parasites in your brain. Yes, you can. The pig tapeworm and everything else. But we're talking about mind parasites. Parasites that don't have bodies. These are ethereal parasites. These are parasites of the mind. Okay, the psychosis, the schizophrenia, the paranoia, the addictions. Okay, all of these things, the perversions, all these things, these are mind parasites. These are demonic, formless demons of the mind. Remember, nobody knows anything. We just have perspectives. How do you get these mind demons, these parasites? Again, watching horror films. If you buy into that movie, if you feel the emotions, you feel scared, da, da, da. If you feel that you have been moved by these in a negative way, then of course you are being possessed. There are worlds here that are around this world. All you have to do is, well, practice with some good shamans and use the variety of different entheogens and study this place, on top of this place, inside of this place, wherever you want to call it. It's around us. You want to see it? Maybe you do. And if you do, what are you going to do about it? You're going to know that you're never alone. You're going to know that this place is unknowable. This place is unknowable. Remember, a blade of grass on the ground is unknowable. Do you think you could know the agave plant? Do you really think so? Okay, look at this thing. It's got a sharp spear on there. That thing is like a needle. And actually, they use this with the fiber, and you can use this for suturing. So that's your needle here, and then this long agave arm is fibrous, and you've got yourself a big, thin strip of like catgut to mend up any sores. Look at the spines on this thing. Okay. Do we know where it comes from? Do we know how it makes its babies and replicates and stuff? No, you can watch it, but you don't know. That's the big thing. But you can go to school to learn theory, and there's nothing wrong with that. These are mind viruses too, is because what you believe a lot of times is what you've been told. But the big mind viruses I'm talking about, these are the ones that I caught. They're not just thought. These are demonic presences. And they are activated in my experience mostly from the artificial intelligence, what you see on television, the technology they have to be able to make you feel the movie, not only see it, and make it be programmed in your subconscious mind. So tonight, when you go to bed, you're having nightmares and a lot of weird stuff. These are mind parasites. How do you get rid of these things? First of all, stop watching it. I know so many people that have these problems. They have a problem sleeping. In fact, I had problems with sleeping for 10 years. I hated to go to sleep. Either nightmares or just couldn't sleep. Okay, mind parasites. And there were several different protocols that I did for a few years that, well, changed the way my mind not only thought, but was not invaded. So the body parasites, you can clean those up, and there's lots of different protocols to learn. The mind parasite, like I said, we don't know that much about what swims in the ocean, and we don't know anything about mind parasites, but we can see what they do to people. We can see them talking to themselves. There's a lot of people that I see talking to the sky. You can call it schizophrenic, whatever you want to call it. They are making a conversation with something. You're just not hearing the side they hear. You're just hearing it speak to it. Because that person's an it too. The mind parasites, though, they are difficult to remove. And I would suggest that you really stay away from watching anything on the television, including pretty much all the fear porn that you see from the news and everything else. This is just causing dysfunction, disconnection of the body and the mind. Once we get these mind parasites, that's all we can think of. We're glued to the television to be able to see what catastrophe is coming next. What story are we going to hear next about what thing that we don't want to do next? So if you're stressed out, guys, better exercise. It's one of the best ways for you to be able to get away from a lot of the bound up energy inside your body is to exercise aggressively. You could do it a lot of different ways. You can stretch and release a lot of discordant energy, but there's no better way than doing resistance training. Watch my videos on my 4-day workout, my 1-year transformation, just these things, because to change the body is going to take a lot of work, and to release the demons of the mind, that's going to take some expertise. Okay, but the work to get rid of the physical demons is physical work. Learning the sauna protocols, okay, all the gouaching protocols that we do in the sauna, how to be able to release lots of different types of poisons through your pores. Drinking clean water. Remember, honor your body. It's your church. And if you look in the mirror and give yourself a full, authentic evaluation, do you really like yourself? Do you? Or do you look at yourself and say, whoa, I'm going to work on it tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes? Well, to action. That's a mind parasite. Procrastination, mind parasite. You don't take care of your dwelling, mind parasite. If your place is dirty, your house is dirty, anything is dirty and you're not taking care of it, time is one thing, but that's because that's what your mind is inside. It's dirty. It's not organized. Do your grounds look organized? I don't care if you do it or get someone else to do it. Your mind sees beauty. And if it sees beauty, this is what your mind is. It's a beautiful thing. And if you saw this place, could have cushions everywhere, just all the trees and the grass, no one's cut it, no one's watered the grass, nothing. Okay, windows, dirt, everything's, why? It's because that's that person's mind who's letting this place not be clean. Your body needs to be clean. There's the pool. Your pool needs to be clean. Why? Because if not, well, it gets polluted. Okay? And someone comes here every week and goes ahead and cleans the pool, makes sure the water's right, and you have to do that with your body all the time. Same thing. So anyways, this is just a simple introduction. Okay, the body disconnection to the mind is real. And if you have body fat, you are disconnected from your mind, because your mind's telling you to do things that are not right. Okay, and you better watch yourself if you're doing the vegan diet, because that's just a cleanse, guys. You are not herbivores, I'm sorry to tell you. And if you are, then show me your fermented chamber besides that little tiny appendix you got, okay, that doesn't even work, the size of my little finger. Okay, show me that you've got a stomach and a fermented chamber like an ape. Okay, show me that you have one like a sheep, a pig, a cow. Just show me. I'd like to see it. A lot of times we're ashamed of what we are, not what we become, that too, but what we are. There are ways to be able to, I'm sure, some people have done, to be able to maybe grow muscle eating grass. I don't know anybody. Maybe someone, and I don't know anybody on this either, someone who says they're a breatharian. Really? I studied some of you breatharians for a while, and I never saw one bit of validity to it. I saw malnourishment. On some people, I saw body fat, and you're a breatharian. I fast anybody, I don't care who you are, in 2 weeks you're going to lose 30 pounds. And honey, if you've been a breatharian for the last 2 years, then you should be skinny as the Maharishi and lost all your tongue, teeth, and everything else, because where are you getting your nutrition from? Did you rid yourself of all those parasites? Because if not, the parasites inside your body, guys, they just eat you to death. They suckle everything, and if you don't put in nutrition, this is the problem, because parasites will steal your table. They'll steal your food, which is your body. The mind parasites will make you so you don't sleep well, and if you don't sleep well, you fall apart. Okay? See what happens when you don't sleep for 2 days. You become delirious. That's schizophrenic. See what happens when you don't sleep for a few days. You become paranoia. See what happens when you don't sleep for a few days. Okay? And how you can call it your hormones if they were working before. And if you were a man, you could look at your testes and find out that, yeah, they're not working anymore, right? Your body needs air to breathe. It needs water to be able to stay hydrated. You're a breatharian, really, and you live in the desert. How do you stay hydrated? Oh, your body just keeps the water in, really. I'm not going to water this plant then. And I'm going to see if it's a breatharian. There's a lot of story going on in a lot of places right now, and it does take critical thinking for you to be able to sort of weed through a lot of the things that I call, you know, like the poop test. Anyways, ridding yourself of the body parasites slowly, and you'll have to experiment on it. But if you're not taking care of these things right now, guys, all you're doing is you're letting these demons take over your body. There's some more geese flying away. You're letting these demons take over your body. Like I said, if you've got body fat, that means that you've got an addiction. All you got to do is, just like the 300 people we've done fasting, is if you just have one meal a day, you will slowly decrease the amount of parasitic growth inside and inflammation inside your body. It's just the way it is. And if you've got intestinal problems, then you better stop eating plants for a while. Stop eating lectins, isoflavones, plant estrogens, goitrogens. Okay, these are all found in plants. Oxalates. Watch the videos that I did when I changed my diet from an herbivore type diet back to having animal products to rebuild myself. And it was a good experiment. I was on that for about almost 15 years, trying to become an herbivore, and I got sick. So be careful. Again, it's hearsay. That's what you're hearing. You think you can be an herbivore. Why? Because they told you you can be, and I want you to study all of the people that have tried to be herbivores for a while and look at the accelerated aging. Look at the bone density that they have. And there are some unicorns, there are some special people. We have no idea what they eat, but they say they are vegan, schmegan. That's fine. I have not yet to meet somebody that doesn't have low testosterone, malnourishment, increased aging, confusion of the mind, ungrounded. Vegans past 5 years. It's just what it is. Okay. So, you know, life is, again, it's just a big experiment. And all you can do is learn from other people. We put out a lot of good videos on Earth Academy, the private website we have, $10 a month, that's it, join. And you get a $100 coupon to maybe get a distiller or something like that, which of course cleans your body. And you're going to read about hearsay that distilled water is bad for you. You're going to hear hearsay that saturated fats are bad for you. You're going to hear hearsay that cholesterol is bad for you. And you're going to hear hearsay that taking statin drugs is great for you. And maybe antidepressants is great for you. Why? It's because it's hearsay. Remember, critical thinking. Pick and choose what you feel is real. And you really can't listen to anybody. All you can do is learn from others that have already done some of the work. And they had to backpedal, as I did, okay, as a lot of people did. So, anyways, mind parasites are activated by the artificial intelligence that we watch on the television pretty much every day. So keep that down to just watching movies that'll inspire you. And not really watch a lot of things that you know that trigger you. And as far as the body goes, give yourself a good analysis and look and see if you love yourself, and if you need work on yourself. I'm talking physically. You may love your spirit and all those other things there, but look at yourself. Are you proud of yourself? It's because the body is your church. And everybody, one day a year, you can only go outside if you don't have your clothes on. So we can all look at each other to see how we are taking care of each other. And that if we're taking care of each other good, most likely we're taking care of the earth good, we're taking care of our families good, we're taking care of a lot of things good. And if we're not taking care of ourselves, we're not taking care of nothing that's good. Okay, just so you know. Okay, I'm gonna go pick some oranges now. Beautiful evening. And the sky is bloody clear today. Very nice. A few days ago, boy, the whole sky was totally aerosoled out, but that's another story. Today it's a beautiful thing. Okay guys, we'll see you on the next video, and again, take care of yourselves. And you may think that you are right now, and most likely, like I said, you may have to do some work on releasing the mind parasites and releasing the physical body parasites. And it does take work. And like I said, to release the mind parasites, it takes others that have expertise in this area. And, well, we can call those shamanic priests. They do exorcisms of the demons of the mind. It's not of the body, it's of this. Okay, that's it. We'll see you guys. Aloha.